I didn't even count yet. Now it's going 30.97 seconds. We're back. I'm thinking about the banana tailpipe thing now, and it's funny.
Yeah, but just
people have said that trick doesn't actually work. What I think it is you got to shove enough bananas either to clog it up or use a potato.
Right. If you block up the exhaust,
right, it'll work.
Yeah,
right, but they're like, well, one banana's not going to do it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I doubt it.
It's like, I don't know. Remember that thing they had called whistle tips?
No. What is that?
They were putting that thing on their that attachment on their tailpipes and make some
Oh,
whistle.
so it would whistle while they were going down the street?
Yeah, all whistle tips. Woo woo! Whistle tips.
Right.
Early in the morning.
Oh no!
You remember that video?
Oh,
early in the morning.
I don't know
whistle tips.
So I don't know what's worse: is the fact that somebody beat us to it, or the fact that somebody beat us to it.
Yeah, right.
It's like, you know,
woo woo!
I would like to invent the pet shoe. You know, I don't fucking know. I can't even keep up.
Think about that guy that invented the pet rock and he made millions.
That's what I was thinking of. Like,
dude,
that's the reference I always make. I'm just like, or silly bands. The silly band guy didn't patent that, so he got fucked.
Oh, I don't know what a silly band is.
Those were those rubber bands that were shaped like animals, and you just put it on, and it was just a regular rubber band, but when you took it off, it was shaped like an animal.
Oh,
that was big for like 5 minutes. But the guy who, like I said, the guy who invented it didn't patent it. I guess he received like no money for it almost.
Oh, that's terrible.
And kids were wearing billions of those.
That's terrible.
Put that in the box with Pogs, Tamagotchis.
Tamagotchis.
I know we've talked about those before. It's just there's just so many.
Remember the slap bracelets?
Chia Pets, slap bracelets. Yep. Yeah. Slap bracelets. You still see those everywhere.
Jelly rings.
Jelly rings.
They were the jelly bracelets. Right.
Jelly bracelets. Yeah.
They were like the rings, but you could take two of them and you make a bracelet around your wrist.
Right.
Yeah.
Now they make the glow in the dark things like that.
Yeah.
Those glow in the dark bracelet things.
Yeah.
Those work. 30.97 seconds.
Maze Boys podcast,
where we talk about just the most useless shit in the world.
You ever go to the circus as a kid?
I don't remember.
Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Right. I took the engineer to the circus when he was a kid, when he was like 3.
Dude, those were the most expensive thing in the world, right? Because as a kid, you had to get the popcorn. You had to get the flashlight with the spinny thing on top. So when they dimmed the lights and all the kids in the audience were doing that, and it was like, looked like lights and sirens all over the place.
I've only been to the circus taking kids. I've never actually been by myself, like when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting.
You never went as a kid.
Yeah, so I don't know what they were like. Now they had them.
Did they have the elephants and all that when you went with the kids?
No. I think they were done, dude.
They got rid of all that.
Because that would have been like 07 when
no, it was long gone done by that time.
Right.
So what was the circus at that point in time? A bunch of stupid clowns driving around in a mini car?
Doing stuff. The engineer was okay until they brought out the ball of death steel, whatever, where the motorcycles do it in circles.
Yeah.
And then he started crying because all the noises. And
it's too much.
It's
too much.
Probably not good for a 1-year-old to be here. He wasn't even one, dude. He was like 6 months old. Actually,
this 6-month-old is totally going to appreciate this globe of death.
Right. And he sat in his chair the whole time. It was not even a thing.
Not
like he like his not his chair, his car seat. He didn't even come out of it.
It was
so I was just sitting there, and I was like, "Cool, this is what we do now." I'm a little bit ahead of the time here. Should have waited a little bit, but
do you ever go to the ice capades?
Fuck it, no. That's where like they dress up in costume and
ice skate around.
I heard they got a bunch of those around here, but I've never been to one.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the
thing.
I'm
good on that.
Then it was Disney on Ice. Then it was like everything on ice.
Right.
Then it was like Little Mermaid on ice. But
then they did the Lion King on ice.
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of backwards. The African plains of ice. Right. Do a lot of skating. Do those lions do? Speaking of lions, do you see the trailer I sent you the other day?
Which one was that?
The one with the beast.
Oh, that new movie?
Uh-huh.
I'm not down with that.
I'm not either, but it looked like it could have been a little bit of a spin-off from the darkness thing. No, it's not. But like they were like,
some raging lion
hunting us and blah blah blah. You're in the jungle now. It's the jungle's rules. I'm like,
they weren't even in the jungle. They were on the plains.
There's a fucking difference?
Yes. There's a difference between jungle and plains.
Brother.
At least you climb a tree in a jungle.
Oh.
There ain't no trees out in the plains to climb.
Listen, you want to know be worse than dying in a jungle where you can't see shit? Dying in an open plain where you can't see shit.
Or you see it and you can't get away from it.
Or worse. Right. You see it come running.
Right.
But I mean, I've seen those videos of those cats stalking through the tall grass. There's no fucking way with a human eye you're going to call that out.
No, hell no.
I see a cat 600 meters to our left. Thank you.
If you see it, it's not doing its job.
Right.
Right.
Or it's too late.
It's too
for
late.
you.
It's too late.
Some clever girl status going on. Clever girl. Yes.
So I do have a topic I've been so wanting to talk about.
Uh-oh.
So it turns out Mike Tyson.
Okay.
In the prime.
I like Mike Tyson.
In his prime.
Okay.
Attempted.
Okay.
To bribe a zookeeper.
Oh, yeah.
To fight a gorilla.
Yeah. Oh, that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you mentioned that before. So I believe it.
Okay.
During his zoo days, he was doing a lot of drugs, I heard.
Okay, so it's my thing. Fuck all that. Fuck all that.
Right.
Who wins?
The gorilla.
Mike Tyson versus a 475-pound silverback gorilla.
There's no place for Mike Tyson to punch that gorilla.
No, dude.
It's not happening.
Okay, let's.
Even if
it's two different styles of fighting.
Even if there's not even a style for that gorilla. He's just gonna rip you apart like a banana,
dude.
He's gonna open you like a fucking can of Spam, Mike Tyson.
What if the gorilla charges him and he sidesteps it, and he just gets that lucky shot off?
What is he, Steven Seagal? What the fuck?
He gets that lucky shot.
This is some
dots him right.
Where?
Listen, I've seen.
We've seen ape skulls. Where is he gonna punch this ape that it's gonna knock him out? Like the fuck out of here.
Right in the nose. What if he punks him out psychologically?
So he goes in there and starts screaming and waving his arms up and down, and like
what if he blasts him right in the nose, stuns the gorilla, and scares the shit out of the gorilla because he wasn't anticipating it?
No. That's not even a win. That's just a delay in your ass beating. Because when the gorilla realizes he's fine, you're gonna get fucking thumped.
So, do you know how much a gorilla can lift?
Not off the top of my head.
4,000 pounds.
Yeah, okay. Is that true?
It's a true fact. A gorilla can lift a car, right? It is a 14,000 pound bite pressure.
That part I've heard before.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So he charges. Mike sidesteps with some fancy footwork. Gives him a 3-piece chicken dinner. All right. Does the gorilla have to wear boxing gloves?
This fight is so ridiculous. I love Mike Tyson. I'll put Mike Tyson against any dude standing, any man walking this earth today.
I'm just saying.
I'd still take old Mike over almost anybody he fights. No joke. But you're not beating a fucking animal that's designed to rip you into pieces.
Just say it. Do you know what a gorilla's wingspan is?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You're not sidestepping 10 feet.
The wingspan is 2.6 to 3.7 meters.
Right. So unless he's got a fucking shuffle like a video game where he double taps fucking W and he appears on the other side of this gorilla, that ain't happening. What the fuck?
Does he have more endurance than the gorilla?
No.
Mike can go 15 rounds. That gorilla, who knows how long?
That gorilla does nothing but train all day. The gorilla doesn't blow lines. The gorilla doesn't fuck hookers. The gorilla doesn't go to parties with fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. The gorilla only trains. Listen.
What if the gorilla burns out in 4 minutes?
Coming from a large traditional martial arts background, literally being part of the crop that is brought up to believe that we could defeat people that are bigger and stronger than us, that's not happening. Because when you get on the other side of size, and I have, and am, okay? I don't care how fucking fast you are. If that fucking train hits you, you're dead. What the fuck? Oh my goodness. How about those pictures of him hanging out with tigers and shit back when he had all those tigers in his fucking house and shit?
Right.
They had that movie, The Hangover, where they stole the tiger
from his
fucking
house.
place.
Dude, I'm just telling you. Does Mike Tyson last longer than most of his fights went?
No.
Again,
unrealistic.
Does the gorilla have to wear boxing gloves?
We gotta live in. Bro, give him boxing gloves. All that's gonna do is make it so he can't rip Mike's arms off.
First of all, who's gonna put the boxing gloves on the gorilla?
Right. It's going to have to be a signing gorilla.
Dude, listen.
The only reason...
Look, you're gonna have to shoot that gorilla up full of darts, right?
Oh my god!
And when he passes out, you put the gloves on him.
Good. This is like a rodeo where they tie their balls up in a string and then let them loose. This is even better. So now we're pissing the gorilla off too.
So wait, now the gorilla comes to and he's wearing boxing gloves. What happens now? Does he just rage? Rips them off, and that rage.
He doesn't even.
The gorilla rage goes from level 5 to level 11.
Right. He doesn't even rip him off. He just fucking pounds him into the ground as if his hands are like little hammers. Donk, donk, donk. The fuck out of here.
Dude, I'd be more afraid of that double hammer fist.
Right.
Coming down. Right.
Like a hammer.
Listen.
Just donking him on the head.
I'm going to be honest. I watched a bunch of gorilla fights after I started thinking about this, right? And they throw haymakers, right? They throw haymakers.
Oh my God.
So let's say that thing goes to throw a haymaker. Mike puts arms up to block it, right?
That's two broken forearms and a broken neck. Good night, Mike.
Does that gorilla just punch right through his fucking forearms and break them shits?
Dude, I don't even know what the fuck to say to this. Let's just put this out here. Shout out to my guy, the zookeeper, who saved Mike Tyson's life. That's what's happening right now. The zookeeper saved Mike Tyson's life.
Listen, you know what the greatest thing about this? If they did this pay-per-view, everybody wins. Whether Mike wins or the gorilla wins, everybody wins.
Because why?
If they did this for pay-per-view, right?
Because they're going to pay for it?
Listen, here's the other thing. How do you stop the fight?
Oh, you don't. You shrink them both in the ass.
Dude, because if Mike Tyson goes down, it's not like the gorilla's going to stop.
Mike Tyson today definitely couldn't do it.
No. But I'm saying in his prime.
Because
when he was Iron Mike.
When he was in his prime and thought he was a monster and he should eat everybody, yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
put him in the ring. Put him in the ring. You think he could think he could punch that gorilla so hard in the chest that it just takes the wind out of him?
God no. Jesus. That's what I'm saying. Mike would have to study the soft spots of a gorilla. Where are the soft spots of a gorilla? In his throat? I mean, right. Where is this? No, this is not.
Do you know what a full-grown gorilla weighs?
What?
Like 475 pounds.
Oh, we're talking about a gorilla that might weigh close weight to him? Dude,
this is like a normal silverback. It's like 475, 500 pounds.
That's it? I thought they were bigger.
Yeah. At least I was reading about one. It was like almost 500 pounds.
What the hell? Shit.
But you got to look at the density of its muscle.
Right. I mean, the dude does nothing all day but bench press himself. Right. And again, I get it. I respect Mike and his training regimen, but Mike still went to parties, or else all those other charges wouldn't have been brought up. That's all I'm saying. You know, you never heard about the monkey fucking getting charged with with an 8-ball in his pocket or anything like that. So, you know, there were some break times for old boy Mike, but there were no break times for these gorillas.
What if he bit the gorilla's ear off?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm just saying,
I forgot he did that.
Right? What if he bites the gorilla's ear off?
Right.
Does he punk it out? Because listen, we've all, would you ever fight a grizzly bear?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Would you ever fight a grizzly bear?
Yeah, with a tank.
No, I'm just saying, you and a grizzly bear.
Do I get a tank?
No.
Then I'm
just
not
you and a
fighting
grizzly
him.
bear.
No.
All right, listen. But I've seen a grizzly bear get
Do I get dynamite?
Listen, I've seen a grizzly bear get punked out by a cat like 3 or 4 different times.
That was a fucking cub. That thing was already bigger than most horses. And he was confused. That's what I was going to say about Mikey. That's the only reason he couldn't do it today is because Mike recognizes after years of therapy that he was built into a machine.
Okay, what does that have to do with a grizzly bear running from a cat?
It means once you realize you're not immortal anymore.
Oh, well, I'm not talking about today.
All right, we're talking about prime time.
Prime time Mike.
I think
prime time Mike.
I think Mike would have done it. I think I would have definitely. He would have definitely gone in there, and I would have definitely bet on Mike. But I don't think it would have won.
You don't think he would have won?
No.
You think that gorilla would have pounded him into the ground like a tent stake?
It's just mass versus mass.
Or what happens if that gorilla gets a hold of him? Like physically grabs him?
Bro, you're done.
Is it tearing his arms off?
I mean, I don't want to get gross on the show, but are there a lot of videos existing of dudes missing limbs from gorillas? Because I don't think there are.
I don't think so.
But wait. So are there some gorillas that are they eat fruits and meat? Am I crazy?
Yeah,
Didn't I hear that?
Yeah, no. Gorillas are primarily like vegetarian, but I'm sure they'll eat meat. Chimpanzees eat meat.
That's the one. So that's the one.
Chimpanzees eat meat.
Yeah.
And they're omnivores. They'll eat just about
They'll
anything.
eat anything.
Right?
They got the big fangs, the big old teeth, canines and whatnot.
Yeah. Gorillas got big old fangs too.
Yeah, they do.
Look,
Mike would have been missing more than an ear if they went after his ear.
I'm telling you need to watch some gorilla fights on YouTube. You're missing out if you haven't seen it, dude. They're pretty incredible to watch them go at it.
Yeah, because it's like two trains hitting each other. They shake the whole room.
Dude, and they're throwing...
There's no way.
Dude, they're throwing hammer fists. They're throwing haymakers. They're shoulder checking each other.
That dude's punch would just dislodge all the bones in Mike's body. Like he hits one shoulder, right? His clavicles powder.
It just travels down the bone structure.
What happened? His entire fucking arm fell off. Well, what's that? What's Mike carrying right there? That's his arm and shoulder socket down in the side of his rib cage. Like, that's not happening, bro. It's just unrealistic. It's like what about those guys that wrestle bears?
Oh, that's all fake, bro.
Well, of course it is,
but I'm like... They're not like...
Right. And that's my thing. I'm like, look, dude, you take the cap off that rocket. You're not getting it back on there. Right? You take the pin out. You're not putting it back in.
You're not putting the pin back in the grenade?
No. I would imagine that a gorilla could throw a human the way you see it in the movies. Where the dude like throws him 50 fucking feet into the wall and there's an imprint on the wall.
A gorilla can lift 27 times its own body weight.
Yeah, there's no fucking way, dude. He would knock the shit up. Mike would come out looking like Michael Jackson. That's how bad that beating would be. And I love Mike. But let's be realistic.
Again, you're going to give a shout out to the zookeeper that saved his life.
Yes, shout out to the zookeeper who saved Iron Mike Tyson's fucking life. But imagine being that zookeeper.
Right?
You're having dinner, people start talking about Tyson, you're like, yeah, I met Tyson once. He tried to pay me to fight my gorilla. I said no. I didn't want to embarrass the champ.
Right. How much money do you think Mike offered him?
Oh, 50, 100. Easy,
50K, 100K,
right, easy. And that's just to do it. That's not the money they would have made on top of what you were saying, the pay-per-view. Right. That's let me walk in.
Let's just say, let me in the cage.
Out of your fucking mind.
Let me in the cage. Let's just do this thing, right?
No.
Then the guy's got to explain, why is there dead Mike Tyson in the gorilla cage?
That's why he didn't do it. It wasn't even to save Mike. It was liability. He's like, I'm not trying to get fucking sued by the masses.
I'm not trying to go to jail.
Imagine that guy's life when he goes to lockup. What are you here for? Well, I own the gorilla that killed Mike Tyson. I mean, like, I'm not, this is one of those things where I'm not even sure if that kind of street credit's going to do you any good in prison. It might be the opposite. There's like 10 dudes in there that all they do is box all day. Like, Mike Tyson's the man. Want to be just like Mike. Base their whole lives off of it. And then you get thrown into prison. Hey, guys, I'm responsible for your idol being killed. Wait, what?
Right.
I wouldn't want to be around those guys.
No. Then you become the punching bag for the workouts.
Oh, fuck that.
Right.
Fuck that.
I've been literally laughing about this for a week, right? Because I've been trying to think, and I've got some friends that are from other places, and they were throwing out things like, well, fancy footwork. What if he gets a good jab in? Because it's two different styles of fighting. Listen, right? It's grappling versus boxing.
I can solve that right now. There's enough fights out there where they've done martial art versus martial art. And I'm talking about all of them. I'm boxing included, Thai boxing, jiu-jitsu, whatever, right? But they put that scrawny motherfucker in there with that dude who's been hitting a bag for the last 10 years of his life. And Thai fighters, right? Thai boxing, dude. Those guys go up against normal dudes in one kick, and that dude's fucking world is shaking. What do you think's going to happen with an ape who has the power and the backbone to be like, well, I squish puny head, right? Go away, fly, slap.
just decimates. Just decimates.
Right. And the Thai boxers
and it doesn't
always...
listen. And the gorilla doesn't even have to be fast, right? Because it's weight time, it's mass times speed.
Yeah.
Right?
Equals Tyson bye-bye. You turn him from Mike Tyson to Tyson Chicken.
How big is the gorilla's fist?
Oh, it's big.
It's got to be the size of a ham hock.
Yeah.
Right? You imagine getting hit with like a giant. It'd be like getting punched with an anvil.
That's why you said earlier when you're like, they're only 500 pounds. I'm like, 500 pounds? Like, I've seen grown-ass men's hands on a fucking gorilla hand, and that our hands barely fit the palm. How can that monster only be 500 pounds? I've seen dudes that are like 300. They ain't anywhere near as big as that fucking ape.
Engineer, Google this right now. What's the average weight of a silverback gorilla?
That is just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was reading about one, right? They had to do a checkup on this thing.
Okay.
They had to tranquilize the shit out of it, right? Then they had to strap this once it was night, they had to strap it down, right? Transport it, intubate it, right? So they could run all their tests and do their x-rays and do their, yearly checkups on this thing. And they were terrorized. What is it? 300 to 430 pounds?
That's a small one.
Right, that's
a captive one. That's not even the one in the jungle that just eats all day and fucks all day and lifts all day. That one's bigger.
Like, these shits be training
right. These are city apes or gorillas right there. Those are zoo ones.
Zoo ones,
the
right?
The real ones are like, no.
Nah. Yeah, see, that one says, 300 to 500 pounds?
Bullshit, bro.
Dude, the one I was reading about was 575 pounds.
Right. And again, dude, you put a 300-pound gorilla in a tank, I'm not fighting him. Because you already know his strength. Don't be stupid. Yeah, Mike. Well, Ironside Mike's getting a little wild.
Dude, listen, they were saying chimpanzees are 8 times stronger than humans.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, that's why those videos of all those stupid Instagram users that go out and fuck with animals and shit get fucked with. They go and grab these chimps, and then the chimp over there whooping his ass. How about
what?
You remember the do you remember
the one where they ripped that lady's face off?
You knew exactly where I was going.
She went down to the hospital right down the street to get a face transplant.
Really? We're talking about the one in like the 90s or 80s or whatever. The thing that was here in Ohio.
Yeah, she got her face ripped off.
Yeah, and it was a caged one.
Yeah.
It was like
it was a pet one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm good. So we're good on that. I just saw a clip of a bunch of soldiers, must have been on leave, and it was a meme of a chimp or whatever, because he was going to mount the female, and the soldiers whipped their phones out to fucking film him. And he came running over and was like, fuck you guys. Those soldiers booked it. They were smart. They were like, nah, we're not fucking with you today. We try to have you rip my arms off and shit in my uniform and everything. Get the fuck out of here. That is crazy, bro.
Dude,
no.
Don't fuck with wildlife. Dude, I just watched a video of 2 grizzly bears fighting.
What?
They're standing on their hind legs.
Oh, no.
They're, twisting their heads, mouths open. They're roaring at each other, and one shoved the other one.
Could you imagine? He's like, fuck you. It shoves him on his butt?
No, shoved him, and the thing stumbled back 4 feet.
Oh.
On its hind legs, it stumbled backwards and then came right back at it in rage level 11, and they're swiping and biting each other, right?
Wow.
How much force does it take to push an 1,800-pound grizzly bear 4 feet?
Right. And how much force does it take for a 1,800-pound grizzly to catch himself and not trip over and fall and then come right back?
Right.
Yeah, I'm good, dog.
Right.
That's not happening.
Things you don't mess with, right?
No.
So the same guy that was having the conversation about...
Put that in the Tyler I don't know. I don't know book of survival. We will not be fighting any apes or bears.
Right.
Just so we're clear.
So the same guy I'm having this conversation with about Mike Tyson fighting the gorilla, right?
Yeah.
He's talking about, when I was growing up, family member used to have this animal sanctuary where they'd rescue these exotic animals.
Oh, here we go.
And they had to take care of them, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he'd go out to this property and he'd help to feed the animals. And he's like, man, I fed the panthers, I fed the bears, I fed this. He goes, you know what the meanest animal in the entire sanctuary was?
What, the apes?
Nope.
What?
The ostrich.
The ostrich?
He's like, dude, I'd be driving that gator.
Nasty.
He goes, I'd be driving that gator full bore and the thing would run right up next to me, be keeping speed, and then reach in and try to bite me.
Right.
Like all the time. And he goes, dude, I would punch that thing in the head. Right?
Jesus.
And he goes, while I'm driving, he goes, you ever try to fight one of those blow up dudes outside the car dealership that's doing this?
Right.
He goes, you would hit that thing right in the head and the head would spin around like this.
And just come right back
and bite him again. He was like, fuck ostriches.
He's just good at absorbing.
Yeah, he's like, fuck ostriches. Their head spins around in a 360-degree circle after getting hit, ends up right back where it was and bites you again.
I'm good.
He goes, well, I'm driving like 30 miles an hour. This thing's keeping up with me.
Jesus. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with wildlife, man. I'm not that type of guy. I'm good.
All right.
Keep all your shit. Look, I got something for you. I got one for you.
You got one for me?
Yep.
All right.
So a panda poops out 4/5 of everything they eat throughout the day. And they eat mostly bamboo.
Right.
Right? So they shit out most of that bamboo. Right. So they have to eat 30 pounds of bamboo a day just to keep up in nutrients because they're kicking off the rest of it.
You know, hundreds of years ago, 1,000 years ago,
yeah,
panda bears used to eat meat.
Is that true?
Yes. And then they started eating bamboo, right? Panda bears is one of the worst animals on this planet, right?
I heard they're vicious.
Dude, first of all, they don't even like their own kind.
Right.
Panda bears don't even like each other.
Which is wild.
To get panda bears to mate in captivity, you need the Lord himself to come down from heaven and make this happen.
Oh, right.
Because they hate each other.
You remember that line from Fight Club when he's like, I wanted to something for every panda that wouldn't fuck to save its own species.
Yes.
Right. That's what that line is from.
It is a true fact.
Right.
They hate each other, right?
Right.
Like the bamboo adaptation is like the worst adaptation in the world because, dude, they have to eat like,
dude, that's not even worth it. Just eat something else.
They're in a constant state of starvation because they don't get enough nutrients from the chosen food,
which is ironic
that they've adapted
because
to.
they're fatties.
Right.
And then you watch those videos of them like kind of falling over and like they're drunk.
Everybody's like, "Oh, they're so cute."
Right?
The baby panda
pandas
bears
are so amazing.
Listen,
until he eats your face.
One panda bear has like 6 times the carbon footprint of one elephant.
Wow,
that's what it takes to keep one panda bear going.
Jesus.
Right? They're worthless creatures.
Well,
but you know what they do? They generate
adorable.
A lot of revenue for the Chinese government because you know what they do? They rent them. All the panda bears in zoos here,
really?
They're not owned. They're rented.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's paying that bill? I'm not paying that bill.
The zoos are.
I would pay to see Mike Tyson fight a panda. Mike Tyson fight a panda.
Dude, I think he would stump the shit out of a panda.
Really?
I think he would just blast that panda.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, pandas are not... Dude, oh God, pandas are not on my list of favorite creatures.
Really?
Just because
I think they're cute.
Okay, Kung Fu Panda. Like
that
everybody,
was a great movie.
Yeah. Everybody.
I mean, you know,
panda.
being a Kung Fu guy, I guess that was kind of a given.
Okay.
A given.
All right. I'm just telling you.
You know, the homie loved that movie too. Both of us being Kung Fu nerds, we were like, look how cute this is.
Right.
You know, and growing up with the kids watching that with them, you know, all that jazz.
This is true.
But yeah, imagine that though, having to eat 30 pounds of bamboo just to shit it all out.
Shout out to I Am 10 Mao, right?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, him and his Kung Fu Panda.
Yep. We're on the DM with him right now. So now you got me thinking about Kung Fu Panda. Wait, but just imagine you shit out 30, you eat 30, how many times do they shit a day? What are they doing with all that?
It's constantly in and constantly out.
Oh, this is just pure fiber. You just
all
fucking take a bite and you shit yourself.
Dude, you ever try to eat bamboo?
No.
Don't.
No. Yeah.
You know what bamboo's good for?
Well, I'm not going to say it on here, but
it's good for building huts.
Oh, that
it's
one.
Good.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
good
that
for
too.
It's good for making steamers, you know, to cook food in, you know.
Right.
It's good for turning into a canteen. You know, that's what it's good for.
No.
It's not good for it has zero nutritional value. This is why the pandas in the constant state of starvation. Right. It's like celery.
Celery, right. I was just going to say
even worse.
It's Asian version of celery.
It's giant Asian celery.
Right. So here's a question, Joe Skelly. In your prime, if you could go back right now, you walk through that door and go get Joe Skelly from whatever age you wanted.
Okay.
Would you pit him against Tyson?
Fuck no.
I'm not going to lie. I thought you were going to go the other way with that. I thought you'd say yes.
You know what?
Ironside Mikey Tyson.
How much money? How much money's
That's
on the
what
table?
I was going to say.
How much money's on the table?
How much would it take? Back then,
$200?
$200 ain't worth the fucking ice you're going to have to be buying for the next 6 months. No fucking way. No way.
Dude.
I'm thinking low ball is $50K at the very least just for you to knock out my teeth.
Is it only boxing?
Yeah. He can't bite you.
No, I'm not worried about him boxing.
I mean, if we're talking about just gloves, boxing in his world.
Can I take his knees out?
No.
Can I stomp his ankles?
Straight boxing.
No, man.
No.
No.
Yeah. No.
No, I was never.
It's a Mack truck.
I was
it's a
never.
Mack truck.
Yeah, dude, I was never. Dude, they said what he had a 1,200 pound per square inch punch pressure.
I don't know. I've seen him working out lately, and I'm just like, dude, on my best day, I still can't get that kind of power.
No
juice. No. He's got it down to a science.
Oh, right.
Right. I watched
400,000 repetitions.
Right.
You know
It's crazy that we're talking about this because I, for some reason, was working yesterday and just brought up a video and wanted to see his knockouts. So I watched the video. It's just a quick cut of all of his knockouts. Bro, if there's anybody who...
he just reset people.
Right.
Like when you hit the Windows button on your computer.
I don't know anything about boxing style because I know I've listened to Vinny Paz talk about how this guy has this kind of style. This guy has this kind of style. And I'm like, dude, kind of all looks the same to me. And I know there's nuances and I get it, just like any martial art and whatever. But Tyson's, to me, looks the closest to hood street fighting. Even though I know it's not. When I watch Tyson fight, he's just everywhere. He does not care. He's got an unorthodox... I think he has an unorthodox style where he's a hammer. It's like Ronda Rousey in the UFC stuff, right? She had one kind of move, and that was it. She's going for the armbar every fucking time.
And it didn't pan out so well for her.
No, and it didn't. But you could see her distinct fight style because she stuck to this cookie cutter, style. Mike is just left, right, ping, pow, down. And you're like, whoa. And when he hits those guys, you're right. He reset those people. There's a bunch of dudes that got hit that were knocked out before they even started to go parallel.
Right before they fell over like a 2x4.
Right. I mean, they were
asleep standing up.
Right. It looks like they're fucking thinking. It almost looks like they're thinking for a second. And then Mike notices it and he kind of turns his back and they're on the ground and you're like, damn boy, you turned his light off and you knew it because you were the closest one to him. You knew the perfect timing. Like, bling, up, he's out. Down. Walk over to my corner and put my arms up in there. I win.
What was the average fight time? Minute 30 seconds?
Right.
Minute 30?
Something low like that.
Yeah.
And some of those dudes look bigger than him.
I mean, some of his matches went more than one round.
Did they? I never followed. Like I said, I don't follow boxing, but just the fact of watching him knock people over, bro. Like you said, lights out before they even knew what was happening.
Now, all right, would you ever fight a kangaroo?
Fuck no. I know those little nasty bastards can kick the shit out of people.
So the same guy I'm having this conversation tells me I served with a bunch of Aussies.
Right.
Right? And they're telling me.
Oh, no.
They're telling me back home.
Oh, no.
Out in the outback.
I know where this is going.
There was this dirt crossroad out in the middle of the outback.
Okay.
And this dirt crossroad is like a general store, diner, bar. Right?
Oh, no.
So people would come from all over the outback to this place because it was the most centrally located place. And there was a bunch of dirt roads, right? And out back, they had a little white picket fence and picnic tables that people would sit at and get all crunked up, right?
Okay.
So apparently there's this young lady sitting in her car on her cell phone, and a herd of kangaroo comes up, and they're beating on her car. And she's trapped in the car, right?
Yep.
And they're just banging on the, kicking it, banging on it.
Now, do they use their bottom feet or do they try to use those?
They use the
other ones.
They were doing
everything.
They were using everything. They were just kicking the shit out of this car.
Okay.
And apparently, like 15 drunk Aussies took offense to it and ran out and started duking it out with the kangaroos to save the Sheila who was trapped in her car because they were beating on it, right?
Right.
It's like, and they were telling this story that like they're punching the shit out of these kangaroos, and the kangaroos are not necessarily losing. Like they're straight up leaning back on their tails, and they're kicking these dudes across the hood.
That's the problem. It's the horse kick that gets me. I'm like, I'm good.
And they're like, this battle went on for a good long time while these guys were fighting these kangaroos to get them off this lady's car.
Pool cue and barstool.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say. Pool cue, barstool, any of those things would have worked.
It's like, you ever watch that video of that kangaroo that grabbed that dude's dog and put it in a headlock? And he jumped. Oh, man.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's on YouTube. So
have you seen the one with the kangaroo and all the muscles?
Dude,
I know you've seen that
one.
They're
jacked.
They're shredded.
10%,
9% body fat running around.
So
you're like, what?
This guy's driving a gator through the outback, and his dog's running around, right? And the dog sees this giant kangaroo and runs over to the kangaroo, and the kangaroo just snatches it up and puts it in a headlock.
Wow.
It's choking the life out of this dog.
Jesus.
Dude jumps off his gator, runs right over and blasts that kangaroo right in the face.
Punches him
right in the face. Kangaroo lets go of the dog, looks at him for like 3 seconds, and it's getting ready to fight back. Dude, it's a crazy video.
Right. I've seen dudes hit kangaroos to try to save their animals. I have seen that. Kangaroos are kind of weird.
You know, it's illegal to fight kangaroos in Australia.
Yeah, I wonder why. That's probably. I thought.
Like, why did they have to make that a law?
When you know exactly why? Because guys like Mike Tyson kept showing up. That's fucking why. I thought you were gonna say with the Aussies and stuff. I thought you were gonna say one of their. So one of their things was to get into the team. You got to go out there and fight a kangaroo while they watch you get your ass smurfed on. I'll be like, that's fucked up.
You might,
but I could see it. Oh,
they might.
You know somewhere.
Oh yeah,
you know somewhere.
They're not right. They're not right.
Right. Animals and humans are dumb, right? Like remember that story we talked about, Tito? Remember when he ran that school in Long Beach? He would send, or San Diego, or where the fuck the SEALs train down there in California.
San Diego.
He would send people, UFC fighter wannabes, to the bars where the SEALs hung out. And he'd be like, you think you're hard and ready for the UFC? You go pick a fight with these guys. And then wouldn't really tell them, right?
Oh.
So you walk into a bar full of SEALs and you pick a fight with some random dude.
Oh.
And before you know it, you're in a fight with 6 random dudes. And before you know it, there's 6 random acquaintances from work are also in the fight.
Right.
Can you imagine that? But that's what humans do.
And they're breaking your legs and your ankles.
Right.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck.
Enjoy that.
That's going to be the shortest fucking MMA career. That and running out to fight kangaroos, right? And imagine like to get into that unit, you don't even have to win. You just have to get knocked out. So they pick you up. They're like, oh, Freddie's been knocked out. Go pick him up off the ground. We'll grab him now.
When he wakes up, we'll give him his patch. He's in. Welcome aboard.
Oh my god.
Welcome to the unit. Right?
That'd be one hell of a. You know it happens.
Listen,
somewhere, some team is like, you're gonna have to fight that kangaroo, boy. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
Mind you, these are the same people that had 2 wars against emus and lost.
Right. Dude, I've read that multiple times. We've talked about it, and I still don't comprehend what we're talking about.
They shot something like 25,000 machine gun rounds at like a herd of emus
to fight animals,
and they killed like 90 out of like,
and the animals
30,
came at them.
30,000.
That just doesn't even make sense.
And they were saying that emus are harder to kill than tanks.
I hope that's not I don't remember the word, but I hope that's not a play on, how good a shot they are. That's
right. And look, and we already talked about the cassowary bird, how the cassowary bird kills like 25 people a year in Australia.
What the fuck?
Stay the fuck away from these animals down there.
From Australia. You know the only thing worth going to Australia for, right? Australian ladies. And I'm afraid they'd kill you too.
They might kill you too. Right?
They're not going to put up with this shit.
Listen, you're standing on their beach with your little boogie board.
Right.
Right.
I could surfboard to at least look good. Yeah. That's the pickup line right there. Hey baby, can you help me? I'm a little bit confused. I bought this at the shop right up the road. They said if I came down here, somebody be down here look just like you to teach me.
Oh,
there it is. I need help. I'm just bad at this. Right? Of course, it's going to be horrible when you get that one fucking Olympic surfer or whatever, and she's like, get your ass up on the fucking board. She's shocking you to jump. Jump! Oh, fuck. Kicking sand in your face.
Shark bang stick out there.
You think this is bad? Wait till you're in the water. She's kicking sand into your face, making fucking sugar cookies.
So you're saying on the beach, you can make your train jumping up on the board.
Right. Yeah. Saw it in a movie once.
I've seen it in a movie.
Yeah, that was in a movie. They were making the dude do that. Jump up on the board. We are way off here.
Way off target.
So let's get back to the tie-dye. No. Do you think Mike Tyson could beat? No, I don't even know where to go with that. All I'm saying is again, back to the Thailand kickboxers. Every fight, I don't care who it is, Thailand kickboxer versus jiu-jitsu, Thailand kickboxer versus aikido, Thailand boxer versus fucking kung fu. Just one whip, man, and those fucking people's lives are changed. Those fucking people's lives are changed.
They take that one whip kick?
Yeah, every time he gets kicked, man, he's just like, oh, $400 for that colored belt. Oh, $600 for that black belt. There goes, I just lost 3 belts. He just kicked 3 belts out of me.
As he's crushing organs when they kick you.
Right. No, I'm good on all that. Shout out to the zookeeper who saved Iron Mike Tyson. 97 seconds of just some shit. I don't know what's happening.